Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of 60 Formula. Hope you're doing well today. Gila's like, yeah, I'm yawning. I'm tired. Guess what Gila's tired from? All the holiday cheer! Good golly goodness, we have been so insanely busy just getting ready for the holidays. It seems like we haven't even been able to post every single day. It's like every other day because the holidays have just been swamping our booties. Come on over here. Let's show them what we just made. This right here is the Christmas tree. We just got it finished all last night. Gila and Britney Spears both helped me make the entire tree. We decorated everything together, and check it out way up here. You got yourself a Siberian Husky ornament. Britney Spears is like, dude, I love this tree so much. It smells so good. It smells so Christmassy. There's a lot of people out there who like to get the fake Christmas tree, you know, do that fake Christmas tree game. Oh, I don't do that, baby. I gotta go spend that real dollar and get myself a real one so I can smell all that Christmas nostalgia. Oh, and by the way, over here, if you're wondering, this is Gila's stocking, that's Rue's stocking, and that's Britney Spears' stocking. All ready to go for Santa Mick Claus, baby. Oh yeah, and I also got a choo-choo train under this beast. Check it out. I'm gonna show you guys. Oh man, here it goes. This is the Husky's favorite thing ever. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. The train is a-chugging. Look at Britney Spears. He's like, I don't care, dude. What's going on back behind Treeland? How do I get back there? Oh my gosh, I get it. The train is loud and annoying. We gotta turn this thing off. There's already some gifts underneath the tree. Oh, Britney Spears is like, dude, are those for me? Are those gifts for me? Is it something good? Because I want some good stuff from Santa. You know it, broski. You know that some of these presents are for you, doggo. But you gotta wait till Christmas to open them. That's the rule. I know, it stinks, but you gotta wait. I know you're aggravated. But you just gotta wait only like one more week, bro. Even Gila's excited. She's like, dude, I'm really excited about Christmas, but I just don't know what to make of it. Whenever Christmas or the holidays start rolling around, you start bringing all the stuff out of the garage, and your doggos might start getting nervous. And that's kind of what we're gonna start talking about today, because it's important to have a whole bunch of proper precautions in place whenever you're getting ready for the holidays and you got yourself a Siberian Husky, because Huskies like to get into a whole bunch of different things, and you're pulling out a whole bunch of different stuff out of the garage. You're bringing trees in your houses or menorahs or whatever you got. And we gotta make sure that we're making sure that our doggos are safe and secure. So, on today's episode, we're gonna be talking about how you can keep your dog safe during the holiday season. It's going to be a blast! Look at Britney Spears is all happy. He's like, dude, I love the Christmas time holidays. I'm like, dude, this is only your second one. How do you know? I'm just kidding, buddy. Here you go, you have some treat. Yeah, you have some high-value treat. That's a good boy. All right, we're talking about the holidays, right? And like I said, there's a whole bunch of new things that are going to be introduced to the house that your Huskies aren't necessarily used to. So first things first, let's talk about plants. There's a whole bunch of different plants that'll be coming into your house during the holidays. Number one, obviously, a giant Christmas tree, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But your family might bring over other types of plants, ones that are, you know, not doing too well and dying. Or there may just be little plants around your house that look kind of like this. So it's a good idea to have a firm understanding of, you know, what these types of plants can do if your dog ingests them. Now, it's never really good to let your dog ingest any sort of plant, especially if it's one that you have no idea where it's from and you're bringing it into your house. So by rule of thumb, what I always practice is I just say, hey, you know what? We're just gonna keep the doggos away from the plants unless they got some good adult supervision. And if I'm around or if someone else is around, then it's totally okay for them to go and hang out with it, smell it, you know, see what it's all about, because doggos are curious. They're curious beings. They're like, I'm Curious George. So of course, as you can see, I put this whole entire like Christmas room right here where there's like a bottleneck. So I can actually cover this room with a baby gate, and I definitely suggest you do that if you have a room where you're gonna have your Christmas tree. And I know this isn't gonna be everybody. Look at Gila, she's getting like a double prize toy situation going on here. If you keep your Christmas tree in the same room that you're like chilling in, like maybe you're in the living room, right? And you keep your Christmas tree like right here, that's totally okay and understandable. You can't put a baby gate there, and we get that. But if you got a bunch of pets, if you have a bunch of Huskies, it's a really good idea idea to try and close off these bottlenecks. So if you go, take a shower or you go outside for 5 minutes, maybe you're just going to get the groceries, you don't have to worry about them knocking your tree over, which Huskies will do. Pets like to mess around with nature, especially when they're not used to it and it comes just free flowing into your house. So keep that in mind. Dogs really like to be explorative when it comes to trees and brand new plants. Now, Christmas trees are not harmful. They can get a branch and chew on it, and that's okay. But just be mindful of other plants that are being brought into the house. Some of them are poisonous, and if you want a full list of all the poisonous plants, I definitely suggest you look it up on Google, or we have an entire episode where we talk about things that are really bad for dogs and things you should avoid, and you can go check out that episode. I'll link it down in the description below. Now, here is the baby gate I use. It is a top paw baby gate. It's really, really tall. That's the best part. You want to get a very tall baby gate because Huskies know how to jump. Now, this one just so happens to have like a little baby Roo gate, so Roo can travel in and out of here without the dogs, getting through. But Gila somehow can fit her giant, ginormous fluffiness booty in there. So sometimes if that door is open, she can get in. But what I do is I use this baby gate to block off bottlenecks in the house, especially if there's one where there's a Christmas tree. Since I'm home most of the time, this baby gate stays right here, and the dogs haven't messed with the tree all that much. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is electronics. You're about to put up a whole bunch of Christmas lights or decorative lights, I'm sure, and these can be a huge hazard, especially if you have a Husky puppy. They love to chew on wires, and chewing on a wire, especially if it's plugged in, can spell certain doom for you and your best friend. So let's go ahead and try to avoid that altogether. If you're gonna have lights that are down by the floor, like I have over here, where it's plugged into the wall and a Husky can easily grab onto it, you wanna make sure you're kind of blocking off the way. See right here, I've kind of put some gifts over here, and I'll put a whole bunch more over just to make sure that none of the dogs or any of the animals get back there to chew on the cord. That's really important because this is a big issue during the holidays. I hear a lot of stories of dogs and cats chewing on cords and getting shocked or electrocuted. We don't want any vet visits, not when you're opening up your favorite stuff. Be mindful of the lights that are low on the Christmas tree as well, because your dogs will be able to reach those. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on it if you're deciding to let your dog hang out around the Christmas tree. Now, there are all sorts of other decorations that have lights on them that could be harmful if they're down by the ground to your dog. Just make sure that you're doing your best to get all of those wires off the floor, or if you're not able to get them off the floor, make sure you make like a little obstruction. Baby gates aren't gonna be the best solution in this situation because all they really do is block off rooms and bottlenecks in a house. But if you get some boxes or a bunch of presents or gifts and you put them in the way, it will definitely block your dogs from going and messing around with any electronic pieces. And last but not least, you gotta make sure that you're watching your front door, because you're gonna be having a whole bunch of guests, people coming through. Even if you don't have people over, you'll probably be bringing in all sorts of presents, Christmas trees, whatever, and the door might be open for longer than usual. So we recommend doing one of two things. Either A, teach your dog to respect the boundaries of the front door. We have an entire training video on exactly how to do that. I'm gonna link it down below in the description so you guys can learn how to do that. Or just be extra special mindful of the front door or any back doors that people use during the holiday season. If you're having kids come over or you're having relatives come over, be sure to remind them to always keep the front door or back door closed. It's really easy for people to forget that you might have a dog, and Huskies run away all the time. If you don't train them to stay indoors, they will go outside and run amok. The holiday season is super infamous for dogs going and running loose, so be sure that you keep all of your relatives up to date. Let them know, hey, keep that front door closed, please, because it only takes a few seconds for you to just open it up, or maybe one of your friends that just open it up and leave it open, and your Siberian Husky is going for the ride of their lives. And I don't mean in a good way. So that's just a couple things to think about when you have Siberian Huskies or dogs during the holiday season. Just remember to keep in mind all the things we mentioned in this video and take the proper precautions to make sure you're keeping an eye on them, or that you're limiting the areas or their access to dangerous things. If you guys had fun on today's episode, be sure to smack that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss any more Huskaroni pepperoni pizza videos. Be sure to check out the merch down below, and any of the videos that we mentioned will be linked there as well. If you have any questions pertaining to Husky training and you want to ask us and get an answer, go on over to the 60 Formula subreddit. We'll link that below as well, and you can ask your questions there. But until next time, we'll see you with another episode of Guess What? Yup, you guessed it. Yeah, you. Whatever we make. Peace! Look out, incoming! Boop.